positioned the camera in this specific way so that the light will stream in this specific way, so that my face will look appealing to an imaginary person. For a variety of reasons. For a variety of imaginary futures. Because in the past, I have noticed that how much people like me is determined in a large part by how physically attractive they perceive me to be. So I've decided, in this moment, it seems, to not love myself as much as I could by fashioning me out of your preferred versions of me, rather than fashioning me out of what I find, what I'm left with once I forget that I'm seen by you. Once I completely discard that from my version of what I am. Once I completely discard what God may think. Once I completely discard what my father may think. Once I completely discard what my mother may think. Then I can finally actually love myself. Otherwise, you're all just getting in the way rather than helping me do it. Sometimes I wonder what it is that lets me see these things, that lets me face these things, that lets me describe these things, while others fashion their entire lives out of these things, fumble in the dark with these things. You can call it whatever you like. You could call it self-honesty, you could call it intelligence, self-love, acceptance of myself as I am. All the names that you have fashioned to describe me. Will ultimately just lead back to you. And describe how you see the world rather than how I actually am. This was Nietzsche's main point. His criticism of the philosophers. The weapons that you fashion to take me down, you will fashion them out of types of metal that will be most efficiently used to kill you. So these weapons are actually not for me, they're for you. If they were to be used optimally. But you're using them against everybody else because you're afraid that if you use them against you, you'll actually find And something very, very, very scary. Actually scary. Not scary in a pretend way, not scary in a way that you can avoid easily with dreams, with sleep, with rest. Scary in a way that is actually never going to stop. Scary in a very permanent way. Scary in a way that lasts forever if you do not address it. That's what you are. You are something that is scary to you in a very permanent way if you don't address it. And you could either make your whole life out of not addressing it, or you could make your whole life addressing it. I'm scared of the way I look right now. Am I scared of the way I look right now because of the way others will perceive me, or because of the way I will perceive me? Ultimately, it's because of the way I will perceive me. Even though I'm trying to offload the responsibility onto others. There aren't any other people in this room. So who am I actually pretending for? Imaginary people? Me? Who am I concocting my words for? Who chose the word concocted when it was clearly not needed? It was just put there to impress. To impress who? Me, ultimately. But why am I trying to impress me? There's no one. But I am. That's right. What you will say is ultimately, oh no, he is not trying to impress himself. He's trying to impress others.